Now, the rest of the story.
We didn't do too bad a job. Well, we took a pretty good chunk out of there for only hauling for the last, well, 3 hours. Not having to haul it very far definitely helps too. Between the cows trampling on all the bedding and the feed, it's definitely packed down in there tight. And actually, it's actually spreading really nice. But can you believe? You see that back there? That is dust on February 21st. It doesn't happen very often. And the fact that it is happening is just a little scary. Yeah, we were dry last year early on too, but it was also colder. Like clear up till like May 1st, we were like 45. And we're a long way from May, but for the current weather outlook for the next, was it 14 days, 10 days, 14 days? They're calling for 50s and 60s. It's supposed to top out next Tuesday at 65 degrees. And we're pretty much looking around doing all of our spring work. You know, cutting trees, and it's dry enough you can get around and do stuff. I mean, why not, right? It's really uncommon, especially for Southwest Wisconsin. And I guess about the biggest thing that's helping us right now, at least, is with the cows. The amount of feed that we're having to carry over is it's significantly more than what it would have been if it would have stayed down in the single digits for a significant amount of time. Because honestly, the bales that I put in last night, they ate a little over half of them. I don't think that they'd have them gone. I don't think they'd have them gone by tomorrow. I mean, they'd probably still be cleaning them up. But what they are going through more is their mineral. It warmed up, and I don't know what it being warmer out has to do with it. My friend says the same thing with his cattle. Just seems like with the warmer weather came an appetite for all their minerals, because they're going through their salt and the beef mix quite rapidly. I mean, I first put that stuff in, they went 2 weeks on a bag of the stuff. I've just put in a bag, not a week, it's been like 6 days. His dad and I just did that. It was over the week. It was over the weekend. It was Saturday, and today is Wednesday, so kind of, I don't want to say necessarily alarming, but it definitely has gotten my attention, largely just because that stuff isn't cheap. Everything I was feeding here lately, between the gluten and the pellets for the steers and the mineral for the cows, is probably the more costly, I guess, by the bag. But to be fair, the cows, if they're going after it, there's something in their diet they're missing that they're needing. So, I mean, let them have it. I'm basically trying to make sure that they're getting everything they need to grow a nice healthy calf. I did buy a few tubes, enough to at least do anything that I have for calves, of the Optimizer gel. Actually did some online searching for, I was doing the probiotics, and the tube that I was using, I mean, I just on a whim I grabbed it last year when my last like 5 calves I used it on. It's simple enough to administer. The calves, I mean, any little bit of extra protection isn't going to hurt them as far as I'm concerned, especially if it's just an oral administration. And I actually came back to that optimizer stuff. Now, I'm not being paid to promote it by any means, because I haven't even used the stuff yet even. It's just, I don't want to get carried away giving the calves too many shots when they're born. Honestly, I feel less is more. Like talking to my buddy, he says the same thing, that he likes to wait until his calves are at least a month old before he does much for vaccinating them. Doing the iodine on their navel makes sense to do, but the problem that you run into is the mama tends to lick off their navel and cleans off the iodine anyway, so you're really not, doesn't really feel like you're gaining much. The cows are have a selenium block. They're not going through it as fast as like their typical trace mineral block, but they're also getting that granular beef mix. The selenium is really important to having in the cattle. I've never really done that before. My nutritionalist said for this area, we're actually in a deficit area, deficient area when it comes to selenium, like that's naturally in the soil. He said guys are providing that selenium. There's also a shot you can get the calves. Planning on doing that when the calves are born, is just give them a simple under the skin selenium shot, tag them, band the bulls, and give them the optimizer gel. And everything that is calving right here where I can see it multiple times throughout the day. I'm already, I mean, I'm a little over a month out from calving, but I am definitely already walking through them once a day regardless, and already just trying to keep an eye on everybody's general demeanor, make sure nobody's acting sick or down or slow, or being a month out, I certainly hope I don't have any calves now, but there is such a thing as cows calving early. It's possible, but I was trying to push them back to calve closer to the 1st of April, so we're not in quite all that cold weather that we typically get. I mean, maybe I'll be able to get through it without having a bunch of crummy weather and worrying about my calves getting sick, but my goal is, intentions are, I want to get a calf hutch or two. Those are, they're not low enough to even put something across the top, so I can put some straw in there and my calves have somewhere to go that the cows can't lay on and, you know, get all messed up, and my calves have shelter that they can go lay in. I think it's going to be more important, definitely more important for any fall calves I'll have. As of right now, I really should only have 2 or 3. I got one cow that calved in the fall. Saw the bulls dead her, plus all my heifers from my heifers that I'm bringing up. They were in with the bull in October, so they were due to be put in. I actually kept them back a cycle. I actually really should have been able to have them in with the bull back in the summer, and I kept them back. But they were also, I'm just starting, I'm not just starting, but my timelines as far as when the bulls are in with the cows and away from them and everything are, it takes time for that to take effect, because the heifers that are being put in with the bulls for the first time now, or that were in the fall, they were actually behind time-wise, just because I did a poor job keeping the bull out. And hopefully we get running tomorrow at a decent time. we can get the rest of this cleaned out. We got a total of, well, everything here, my brother's place, and then down at my place we got about 5 bed packs we can clean up. We don't have to, but with it being the mild weather, the mild nights, even cleaning this bed pack down to concrete again and getting it restarted, I mean, it's that much less we'll have to haul in another month or two. I mean, 2 months. I mean, April, 1st of April. My pasture's been locked out. I gotta actually do some dirt work so the cows can get out there easier. And if it stays dry like it is, we're not dealing with mud, most certainly looking at letting the cows go out to the pasture and calve out on the grass. I would almost rather them do that, so that way they can go off to their own little area and do their own thing. And I had good luck with that last year. I mean, the ones that didn't make it last year, one was born with a defect. The other one, I think she got stepped on because she never was right. She was okay originally. Came back the next morning and she just wasn't right. I mean, she looked like she had a nerve issue. So this is what we're up to. I mean, spring's coming early, and honestly, it's alarmingly early. But let's hope for the best and deal with the rest.